So, one night with my family, I was rewatching Coraline. You know, that claymation movie that's meant to be for children but will actually give you nightmares. And when rewatching or just watching movies in general, while one part of my brain pays attention to the plot, the other part looks for two things: some form of interconnected universe or lesbians, and Coraline did not have many of those. But to be fair, it was made in the early 2000s, so give it a break. And a few nights before rewatching this, I saw It Chapter 1 for the first time, and I thought to myself that the villains of these two movies are pretty similar. For example, Pennywise and the other mother have both been around longer than any human. Pennywise having been on Earth for millions of years, and the other mother has been alive since the creation of the Pink Palace, which was 150 years ago, or maybe longer. They both also showcase at least some level of shape-shifting. Pennywise is a no-brainer, shape-shifting is kind of his thing, and the other mother transforms into creepier versions of herself during the climax of the movie. They also both eat humans, though mainly just kids, and they can both survive long periods of time without food. It's that last one that caught my eye, though, because Pennywise has to eat a lot of kids after his 27-year nap, but the other mother has only ever eaten 3 kids. That might not seem like much, considering how long Pennywise has been on Earth compared to the other mother, but remember, the other mother, after eating, has to wait for that family to leave the house, and then wait for the next family to move in. Considering the other mother probably has to wait an equal amount of time for each family, and there being 4 families over that 150-year period, with Coraline's family being the 4th before she was killed, the other mother has to wait 37 and a half years for her next meal, bringing Pennywise's 27-year nap to a shame. And remember, the other mother only eats 1 kid at a time, while Pennywise has to eat multiple, and the other mother isn't feeding for herself at all, too. Uh, all the other people in the button world probably need to eat as well. Speaking of which, the other mother terraformed the entire button world. Meanwhile, Pennywise just gets nice sewer. So, this begs the question, what is the other mother doing right, where Pennywise is doing wrong? The simple answer? Souls. When Pennywise kills his victims, he occasionally transforms into them in order to lure in his next victims, but they are nothing more than puppets used for his own gain. No matter what, they will never be the real people. They're dead. The other mother, on the other hand, keeps the souls of those she has killed. I suspect that this is the key to her success. She, along with the rest of the button world, feed on the power of the child's soul long after it is dead. It is because of this little strategy that the other mother is superior to Pennywise in every way. Or almost every way. You see, there is one thing that Pennywise did better than the other mother, and that is that he lasted longer than her. And by that I mean way longer. In It Chapter 2, Mike says that Pennywise landed on Earth millions of years ago, and is only defeated in the 21st century. And the other mother, on the other hand, had only been around for 150 years at minimum. So what did Pennywise do that had him live so much longer than the other mother? Well, the answer is right in front of us. Pennywise may be millions of years old, but modern humans aren't even 1 million years old. Essentially, by the time Pennywise showed up, there was no difference between us and a chimpanzee. That may not seem important at first, but remember, both of these guys are only ever seen eating humans. But if Pennywise is older than humans, that means he was eating something else before we came along. Probably some small critters like squirrels, or something like that. That would, of course, mean that once Pennywise had uh, had went on a full human diet, he wasn't defeated shortly after. If by shortly you mean a few thousand years. The other mother has only ever eaten humans, and she didn't last 150 years. Even if even if she has her super effective strategy and all that, Pennywise and the other mother are, in a way, an example of humanity's destructive nature. That's a sentence I never thought I'd say, but whatevs. Think about it. If Pennywise continued to eat animals instead of humans, we wouldn't see him as a threat, and he could keep living alongside us and maybe even after us. Same for the other mother, of course. Once humans were involved, then we saw them as a threat and end up killing them. So, what was the moral of this video? Have some variety in your diet, you fricks.